and he couldn't shoot it. So, is it Mike who was the second unit director, came forward and Joe Dante, sorry.
Okay.
Came forward, Joe Dante came forward and directed it, and so it was a little bit shocking that we weren't working with Alan, but Joe did a fantastic job, and it was so brilliantly choreographed, and it was just a lot of fun. But that was the last day of shooting, and Alan didn't shoot it.
There's such a fun vibe to the movie, do you know? Like, it
really
feels energetic.
Is. And I'm not sure it could even be made today with blowing up a high school. I'm not really sure that it would be wise to do.
Sure.
Howard Stern got the rights to do it as a remake. Did you know that? At one point,
no.
He got that and Porky's, yeah.
Porky's.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Unbelievable.
And then, is there any truth to the rumor that you were originally up for some part in the Terminator?
I went up for. I'm trying to think. I met James Cameron, but I'm not sure if it was for the Terminator. Or, did he do another movie before that? No,
that was. Well, I think he did some Corman stuff. Piranha 2, I think.
Yeah, but, no. It must have been. It was, I think it was definitely. I met with him and Gail Hurd, and he told me that he had worked on RockNRoll High School.
Oh, okay.
And brought me coffee. So it was like one of these things where he was like a PA on it, or so God, to work with him today, my God, it's But I did meet with him. I don't remember which movie it was. Maybe it was the Terminator, if that was one of the next ones. It probably was. Yeah.
Okay. And what about? I'm just such a huge fan of this film, and I've talked to Dan Shore about this film as well.
Yeah, I love Dan.
And tell me about
Strange Behaviors?
Yeah. How did that come about?
Well, Strange Behaviors was my second movie I ever did, and that was just such a funny story because Billy Condon, who I just probably Dan Shore and I are the only ones who still call him Billy because he goes by Bill, but he's I was at a bank on Wilshire and the Wells Fargo Bank on Wilshire and Doheny, the branch there that's now a very popular restaurant now called Kate Mandolini. And I was standing in line to go to the outside teller, and this guy was behind me and was like looking over at me and trying to check out, looking at, I was trying to write a check, and it was so strange because I felt like this guy was like trying to see my checks and all of this. So I finally turned around and I said, hi. And he says, oh my God. He says, are you Dey Young? And I said, yes. He said, Dey Young from RockNRoll High School? And I said, yes. And it was Bill Condon. He said, I have written you a movie. I've written you a part in a movie. And can you call the director? Because it's going to start in a month. And I literally called the director and went and had a meeting with Billy and Michael Laughlin. And in a month's time, I was down in New Zealand with Dan Shore and Mike Murphy and Fiona Lewis. It was a riot. We had a great time. We were down there for like 2.5 months.
Yeah, it sort of marks the first movie you're smoking in, right? I feel like you smoke in so many movies.
Yeah, I really. Let's see. I smoked in that movie.
And The Running Man.
Running Man, definitely.
Spontaneous Combustion. Oh
my God, yes, that movie. My God, that is so funny. That movie. Yeah. Can you even get Spontaneous Combustion at the DVD store? I don't even know.
I don't know. I still have the VHS of it, so.
Oh my God, is that wild?
Weird. It's such a weird movie.
Yeah, I'll go to these conventions and it's amazing what people will come forward with and remember some of the old movies, and some people, but no one ever comes up with a spontaneous combustion DVD, you know, or a you know, for me to sign. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, it's really strange. So
Yeah.
so was
But
strange,
anyway, Strange Behaviors.
Yeah. So how was what was the whole experience like working with Michael Murphy? Because that guy is awesome.
Michael Murphy.
Yeah.
He was great. He was really, really great. Have you done an interview with him ever, or no?
No, I've never talked to him.
Mm.
He's coming. He's coming here soon, though. They're doing a big Robert Altman retrospective at U of M. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, huge thing. Like Altman's widow is coming, and Michael Murphy's coming to introduce some films.
Oh, interesting. Well, he was fantastic. I mean, my God, he was also in the Woody Allen movies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it was the second movie I did. I was to go to New Zealand. It was fantastic. It was one of the first movies ever done down in New Zealand. And we were in Auckland, and it was just very. I mean, this is back in the early '80s to be in Auckland, where it was totally a quiet town. It was very small, very quiet. And here this movie company comes in. Most of our crew was from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always been a rivalry, you know, between the Aussies and between, you know, what are they called? The Kiwis? What are the New Zealand people called?
I think so. I think they're called Kiwis.
Kiwis?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's always been this rivalry between them, so that was a really interesting thing to experience. But it was a great, great experience, and I was able to travel a lot through New Zealand. It's a beautiful country. But it was one of the first movies ever done there, Hendale Productions.
Yeah. What's your so with that character, what's your process like in sense that, like, how do you develop a character as an actress? I mean, what do you think you brought to that character that wasn't on Condon's page?
Well, you know, she was a little bit, she was definitely fun and a little bit like, that it's just so interesting because I think back then what I bring now as an actress to a character, I'm very schooled at it now. Back then I was very new and naive and just, she had a great sense of humor. That's what I loved about her. And it was, I think also I had worked with Sandy Meisner at the Neighborhood Playhouse, and his whole technique, I think, is very much what I went off of as an early actor, which is just really listening to the other actor and taking and being present. And I think working with Dan Shore, he had me laughing all the time, and we just had great chemistry.
Absolutely.
We had a lot of fun and great chemistry, and just being present with Danny was just a great experience. And he turned out into being a good friend. I haven't seen him in ages, but he was a great guy. And so and the director had it was very interesting. Michael Laughlin did not give us a lot of direction, and his whole point of view was, I cast who I think is perfect for the role, you know, and then I kind of let them do their thing. And because I, being a young director, would always look for a little bit of guidance, like, well, do you want anything differently or anything like that? And, but, so, and thank God I didn't have to be in any of the, horror scenes where people are being knifed
right.
and stuff. It's
Were you around the day they did I'm sort of obsessed with the dance sequence, right? So were you around the day they shot that?
Gosh, I was there the entire time, but because they just brought us all in. I think I probably visited the set, but but it's great. It's a great dance scene, isn't it? The way they dance around and dancing with all each other, and
it breaks the fourth wall, and that's why I sort of like it so much.
Yeah, Yeah, it does. Yeah, it was fantastic. I really, really, Billy did not direct that, and he's gone on to direct such great things. But he was always on the set, and he and Michael worked a lot together on a few projects, and so his influence was always there as well.
Sure.
And he's the first person who's killed in the movie.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.